The Office of Human Rights has published its long-awaited report on alleged human rights violations in China's western Xinjiang region on Wednesday. The report was released despite Beijing's demands to keep a lid on it. The report has blamed China for human rights violation and crimes against Uyghurs and Muslim minorities in this region. Rebutting the claims, the Chinese government said that authorities in this region operate on the principle that everyone is equal before the law, and the accusation that its policy is biased on discrimination is groundless. But let's take a look at the damning report that has been filed by the UN body. It has indicted China and its abuse against Uyghurs in the Xinjiang region, saying that there is torture amounting to crime against humanity. Vague laws to clamp down on rights of minorities. And of course, we've all heard horror stories of what is really going on. China being what it is, a lot of that does not come out as much as would from a democracy. But certainly this report is paying credence to the accusations and the information that has already come out. Establishes systems of arbitrary detention, the policies in this region. Prisoners are subjected to patterns of ill treatment, and incidents of sexual and gender-biased violence have also come to light. These are all the kind of horror stories. This report is not just indicting China, but also reconfirming the fears that many have had over the years as far as the condition of Uyghur Muslims in China's Xinjiang region is concerned. The biggest question that comes to mind is, what is the global community going to do as far as this situation is concerned? Because China being what it is in the economic landscape of the world, important for the supply chains, etc., has often managed to escape any responsibility or scrutiny, not to forget, of course, it's a part of the Security Council. My colleague Abhishek Jha is also joining us. He's tracking more on this. Abhishek, this is really just confirming what a lot of us have already known. This is something that has been reported over a period of time. What weight will this report finally lend to these accusations against China, and what action can be initiated on the basis of this?
But clearly this is not something that has been a secret and the world didn't know earlier, and now it is suddenly waking up to this humanitarian violation against Uyghurs and other minorities in China. There has been well-documented reports about the atrocities being committed and the human rights violation of Uyghurs in Xinjiang province in China for years now. But then there has never been a stamp of United Nations Human Rights Council on these reports. But now when this has come out in the public domain with this report and the United Nations credibility backing that report of human rights violation against Uyghurs, certainly Chinese will have to react in a more profound way against these accusations. We have heard how the Chinese ambassador, China's permanent representative in United Nations, Zhang Jun, he has tried to rebuff all these allegations, and he has totally said that this report is fabricated. This is an external interference in China's internal affairs. A very predictable line that China has kept for a very long time whenever international communities has tried to corner China on the issue of human rights violation, not only in Xinjiang but other parts also. Now the question is, what will be the Chinese side's action on that, whether or not China will have any morality to abide by these reports and act accordingly. In the past, we have seen whenever there has been any multilateral arbitration which has given its verdict against China, China has never accepted it. The recent examples are there was this islands arbitration against between China and Philippines. When the verdict was in favor of Philippines, China refused to accept that verdict under UN CLOS. Then we have also seen during the time of pandemic how WHO team, which wanted to go and investigate the cause of the virus and how this pandemic has been created across China, and from there it has spread across the world. They were not allowed an unhindered access on Chinese facilities, and after much ifs and buts, only Chinese authorities allowed a very restricted group of WHO to go and investigate their case about this COVID pandemic thing.
So we can't expect much from China. The important question here is, what will the international community do? Will they be able to stand up to the might of China and its position both in the UN and outside?